Good morning. It's the 1st of May 2021. And this is another video just to prove to the world that Siraj Johar and his comrades at the Drakenstein municipality are trying their utmost to legalize the Yara fertilizer facility when we know that the facts that they have is fraudulent. And let me start my presentation like this. And I'd like to state the following unequivocally and clear, that I am blowing the whistle on irregularities regarding the Drakenstein municipality's handling of the Yara fertilizer facility plant in a residential area, Charleston Hill in Paarl. We need to note that Yara operated illegally from 2003 till 2010, when the operations was legalized by the Drakenstein municipal officials, despite an uproar from our community. This is evidence of the power or the reach of the people involved. Yara's current documentation states that Yara is not in compliance of the promulgated National Environmental Management Air Quality Act. And unfortunately, I believe in the values of a democratic South Africa, and I will fight and expose this injustice. What is fraud? Fraud is the intentional misrepresentation of a material fact. There should be knowledge that this misrepresentation is false, and there should be reliance on this fact or this misrepresentation by the recipient of that information. And in the end, there should be damage. I would like to state that this Yara Paarl municipality case highlights for me a lack of moral and ethical leadership in the Drakenstein municipality. The question is, why is it so important for senior Drakenstein municipal officials to misrepresent material facts, to lie to the community in this Yara matter? You must remember that it's quite a serious matter, as Siraj Johar in his affidavit stated. Just hold on, I'm closing this. The facility could potentially give rise to air emissions that have a significant detrimental effect. Sorry for that. A detrimental impact on the health and the well-being of the neighboring residents. For this presentation, I will only concentrate on the air quality reports and the community meeting held on the 30th of July 2019. The community meeting was held on 30th of July 2019, where 2019, and the important thing is that a air quality report was presented to the community, and the municipality paid 176,000 rand to ensure that Yara has an air quality report in this matter. It's important to note that Yara provided 2 flawed air quality reports in this Yara matter. You must remember that the first one says that the application finally served before the mayoral committee again on the 20th of September 2017, and the mayoral committee refused the application because the air quality report, the independent air quality report, lacked recent verified measured calculated data. So that was 2017, and then in 2018, Siraj Johar in his affidavit states that an email was sent to Mr. Botha raising aspects of concern with the supplementary report. In essence, the municipality concluded that the supplementary report did not fully meet the requirements of the municipality, and therefore that report was also deemed to be null and void. So the municipality paid 176,000 rand to ensure that Yara has a report as per Siraj Johar's unsigned letter to Yara in 2018. Okay. It's important to note that in this meeting that we attended on the 30th of July 2019, Dr. Gustav Hai objects to the air quality report, and he asks for the fact, why is the data safety sheets absent in these reports? You must remember that the data safety sheets provides the compounds and the ingredients of the substances on the Yara fertilizer facility. So you cannot go and do an air quality report if you don't even know what you are looking for. So you need the substances. There was no air quality report provided. Siraj Johar said that the municipality has the air quality reports and the community can collect the air quality reports. The community, on the other hand, also raised other very important irregularities. And the biggest one for me was the fact that the production volumes of 70,000 tons per year by Yara was understated. You must remember that Siraj Johar is the Executive Director of Corporate Services and is responsible for all the legal issues regarding this Yara matter. I went to Siraj Johar's office later to go and fetch the volume sheets and the safety data material sheets. When I came to Siraj's office, Siraj informed me that he doesn't have the material data sheets, but he referred me to the Yara website to collect the material data sheets myself. It is impossible to go and look for material data sheets if you don't know what products is on the Yara fertilizer facility. So the question, so can we agree that Siraj Johar refused to provide me with the air quality sheets? Point number one. Point number two is that the 2005 EcoSense report states that the Yara or Kainok already provided the material data sheets to the emergency personnel then already. Okay, and then what's also quite interesting is that in the documentation that served before the 5 November 2020 meeting, the municipal officials stated that they do have the air quality report, they do have the safety material data sheet information. I have also on numerous occasions contacted the mayor's office in this regard, but his secretary never afforded me the opportunity to speak to him because there was always an excuse. I also set up meetings with Siraj Johar. In the beginning, we had meetings, but after the 30th of July 2019, after I've made such a lot of remarks that put his whole presentation into question, he refused to see me, and he also refused to take any of my calls. But because he doesn't want to see this, to get this information, I'm making it available online so that the whole world and him can know what I'm referring to. I'd like to say that this decision that we are all talking about is a sham, it's a farce, because this application is really to change the contents of a letter dated the 26th of August 2010 with retroactive effect. The question is why? And my answer is, this is an easy way to circumvent South African constitutional law and South African environmental laws. And let me explain to you why. What Siraj Johar and his friends want to do, they want to do, Yara applied to change 4 words on this letter dated 26 August 2010. It was to change existing structures to just include existing and proposed building extensions. Why do you want to change a letter almost like 10 years later, and then whatever happens afterwards, it's almost like that letter will have retroactive effect, and this letter will also ensure that Yara is exempted from many of the environmental laws, because this letter was, the application went in before, I think it's April 2010. But yeah, before I get off that, let me come back to where I'm supposed to be. On the 5th of November 2020, there was an appeal committee meeting to discuss this Yara matter. And the two people that spoke the most were Sean Rees, who was the air quality officer, and Jamie Meyer, who is the head of planning, I think. So they provided the officials with all the information the officials needed. There is the memo. What is important to note is that the air quality report that Sean Rees was referring to was very interesting because it differed materially from the air quality report that was presented to the community on July 2019. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. This air report was the cover of the air report that was produced for the community. You can see it was dated June 2019. And this is the materially different version to the councillors, which was dated August 2019. What is also quite interesting is that both reports are not signed. You see, these reports are legal documents, and it has to adhere to certain requirements in terms of form, just like a testament, just like a purchase and sale document. It needs to be signed. Both of these reports are not signed, so therefore both reports are null and void. Okay? You can also see that the report provided to the community only had 49 pages, whereas the report provided to the councillors, which was materially different to the report that was provided to the community, had 55 pages. It is a criminal offense, if you read here, it is a criminal. I am aware that the supply or the false or misleading information to an air quality officer is a criminal offense. It's a criminal offense to provide false or misleading information. But yet in Drakenstein municipality, reports can be changed any way you want to, and you don't even have to sign those reports. What was also quite interesting for me is that is that the production volumes was understated at 70,000 tons per annum. And what was interesting is that the memo, as provided by the municipal officials, states in no uncertain terms that the values was understated. Can I just leave this and go to the next one? The listed and hazardous materials. Sarah Johar didn't want to provide me with the inventory of materials or the safety data sheets. What is quite interesting is in the memo, it states that the facility does not have any ammonium nitrate on the site, which is identified as hazardous. The facility has calcium ammonium nitrate, which is a non-hazardous substance. The report also states that none of the granular fertilizers mixed at the plant pose any threat to cause an explosion. Remember that the community took out a full-page article in the Paul Post, and we didn't refer to Beirut, to Belgium, whoever this is in the municipality. We referred to Beirut. It was called the Beirut explosion, and it was ammonium nitrate fertilizer that was standing in a warehouse. You see, the problem is that for us as mere mortals, we don't know what products are really on the Yara site, and because of that, you can't really fight them because it's almost like you don't know what's happening. But unfortunately, Sarah Johar, in his 3 December 2018 affidavit, provided an occupational hygiene survey. And the survey stated that at the time of doing the survey, these following products was being bagged. So what is quite interesting, you get Alpha 33, you get Kaizen, you get Superstart, and I get Kaizen. I went to download the Yara safety sheets, and I've got the safety sheet for Kaisan. And the question is I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but that says ammonium nitrate. I mean, like, but yet the municipal officials and Sarajevo couldn't find that. And then we get something called alpha 33, and again I see ammonium nitrate. And then I go to Superstar Plus, and again I see ammonium nitrate. What is quite interesting is that, remember, one thing that they say is that they said something interesting here. They said that the facility does not have any ammonium nitrate on the site. Yet, 3 of the of the products has ammonium nitrate. So I want to know, why is it so important for the Drakenstein municipal officials to lie about the substances on the Yara fertilizer facility? What they also stated was the fact that on the facility is LAN or CAN, which is non-hazardous. I'm not even going to discuss the reasons for safety data sheets. Safety data sheets are produced because of the fact that these products are all seen as hazardous. So that is the reason why you have a safety data sheet. It's an international requirement. But let's discuss this CAN and this LAN. I pulled off the safety data sheets from the Yara website for LAN, and I see ammonium nitrate. I pulled it for LAN 28, and again I see ammonium nitrate. And I pulled it for CAN, and again I see ammonium nitrate. The question I had is, if the municipal officials I did in my last recording with Sarajevo at the IDP, where I made him aware of the fact that there is ammonium nitrate on the Yara fertilizer, provide him with a what you call it, a jump drive or a memory stick to show him that this is all the safety data sheets for all the products, and Sarajevo refused to take that information with him. What is quite interesting is that the municipal officials are aware that the Yara production volumes are understated. And according to them, it is also Yara is in breach of the law should they be producing more than what was stated. But it's so important for the municipal officials to legalize the Yara facility that they will only look at these, what you call it, legal incursions only after they have ensured Yara is legalized. The municipal officials report at section 1116 states, the objectives consultation with Yara, it was brought to their attention that the Yara produces more than 250,000 tons of fertilizers per annum. But what is quite interesting is that the municipal officials state that Yara indicated a current throughput of 70,000 tons. It is important to note that these values were deemed to be up to date and accurate. So the 70,000 tons is up to date and accurate. Whether they knew it, that there is more than 250,000 tons, it doesn't matter. They first have to legalize Yara, and then they can come to this illegality. What is also quite interesting is that this one, therefore, in the event of the application being approved and Yara is found to be in contravention with the approvals, then the necessary legal proceedings will be instituted. And if Yara want to, they can then apply to increase their volumes to 250,000 tons. Quite interesting, should Yara carry out its activities in a manner inconsistent with its application and conditions of application, enforcement actions will be taken against it. To Sarajevo, as the legal advisor at the Drakenstein municipality, especially in this case, why can't legal, enforcement actions be taken now? Why is it so important to first legalize the Yara facility before you can do anything? What is also quite interesting in terms of section 1131 of the municipal report, it still refers to the 70,000 tons, and it states that should Yarra be found to be producing more than this threshold, the necessary legal proceedings will be instituted. So Rajar, why can't you see the fact that there is ammonium nitrate? Or no, I shouldn't say why can't you. The question is, why are you so adamant not to see that there is ammonium nitrate on the Yarra facility, point number one? And why are you so adamant not to be able to do legal proceedings against Yarra when you know for a fact that the throughput of the facility at this moment in time is not 70,000 tons? But you know what, the municipal officials are so set in improving, in assisting Yarra to legalize themselves, that the lies just becomes even more complex. The Drakenstein municipal officials states in 1133 that they are aware that the quality of the air in the vicinity of the Charleston New School is not good for health. Therefore, people living in that area will get sick. Okay? But the other lie that they perpetuate is the following. They say with 6 out of the 11 dust fall locations indicating exceedances of the non-residential dust fallout limits. This is a lie, Siraj. It's a big lie. And the reason it's a big lie is because if you read the June 2019 air quality assessment, you will see that dust fallout monitoring was conducted at 7 locations, not 11, 7 locations, of which 6 of those 7 locations exceeded the South African, the South African National Dust Control Regulations. The August 2019 air quality report that you guys changed states the same. The dust fallout monitoring conducted at 7 locations, not 11, and 6 of the 7 dust fallout locations indicate an exceedance of non-residential dust fallout. It's quite interesting. If you look at the dust bucket results from the air quality report, you will see that where the requirement for dust in a industrial setting is supposed to be not more than 1,200 milligrams a square meter. Okay, you can see that Yarra's dust fall depositions for these 6 buckets was almost 4 times that requirement. So it means that Yarra exceeds a national law, but in Paul, it is hunky-dory, it's fine. We just need to get you legalized, and then everything will be fine. We can sort it out afterwards. What about the health of our people, Siraj? Thank you all for listening to my presentation. This is the first one. I'll do one every day until the 5th, so that all the facts can be there, and Siraj Johar cannot come with the excuse that he didn't know that these facts were available to him. I thank you all. Bye.